Good evening. They always knew it was a gamble, cancelling the biggest event in Lincoln's calendar because of the risk of heavy snow. In reality, when the snow came, it was a light dusting. And today, the officials who decided to call off the final day of the Christmas market have been accused by one trader of making the city a laughingstock. For their part, the City Council says it was absolutely the right decision. Jake Zuckerman has the story and the reaction.
This morning in Castle Square, the last stalls were being dismantled, while traders counted the cost of the cancellation of the final day of Lincoln's Christmas market.
We have to chuck it all away, £6,000 worth of glue vine on the for sales, which is going to have a massive impact on the donations we can make to charities throughout this next year. Yes, it was a difficult decision, but there's in many levels it was wrong. Maybe they could have waited till Sunday morning. I mean, yesterday, a lot of locals could have come.
On Saturday afternoon, this is what the forecast for Sunday looked like.
We have got an amber warning affecting areas in the far west of the region. Here we could see 10 centimetres of snow quite widely.
Sunday arrived, but that heavy snow didn't. By then, though, the decision to cancel the market had already been made.
I think it's health and safety gone wrong. It's not too dangerous at the moment. We've just walked up the hill quite happily.
I mean, it's ridiculous. There's barely any snow, and they cancelled it on the chance that there might be snow.
For these stallholders who'd come all the way from Hungary, it was rather perplexing.
In my country, we get like 30 centimetres of snow, and the life is not bad, like there's still cars are going.
The cancellation has made Lincoln the target for ridicule in some quarters.
So a Christmas market where if there isn't real snow, they have fake snow to make it look like real snow, just on the threat of real snow coming to a Christmas market, got cancelled. What is happening to this country?
Last year, over the 4 days of the event, more than 250,000 people visited the market. In 2015, it was calculated that the average visitor spent nearly £60, and it was estimated that the economic benefit to the city in 2015 was just under £2.7 million. It's not just stallholders. Many local businesses rely on the market and were left with stock they couldn't sell.
We did an offer on food yesterday just to try and cheer the people, and obviously because we've been cooked a lot of food off for the Sunday.
But organisers are standing by their decision. Traders and stallholders have been considering the economic impact of the council's decision, and some say they'd like to see the council offer compensation for the loss of trade, whilst others are more concerned about the damage to the reputation of Lincoln's Christmas market and that it might put off visitors in the future. Jake Zuckerman, BBC Look North, Lincoln.
And of course you can have your say on this one in just a moment. But this afternoon I put some of the concerns highlighted in Jake's report to Simon Walters from Lincoln City Council, who was one of the event commanders. Mr. Walters, was this decision on the market with hindsight the wrong one?
No, based on the information we received from a whole range of agencies, including the police, the Highways Authority at the County Council, the information from the Met Office, we were anticipating 10 centimetres of snow across Lincoln, and on that basis it would have been extremely dangerous to travel. Therefore we had to make a decision based on that and the information that was do not travel. All the blue light services were saying, issuing notices saying do not travel.
Let me read you one of many emails today from Pete Mason from North Highcombe. What an embarrassingly deplorable decision by the City Council. A shamefully abject standard of decision-making, judgment and leadership. What do you say to Mr. Mason and many other people like him?
I would say, based on the fact that we had reports of 10 centimetres of snow due to hit the Lincoln Christmas Market in the early hours of the morning, and the Highways Agency telling us they would struggle to cope with the conditions, then we had no alternative but to close the Christmas market for the last day of trading.
Mr.
We
Walters,
had 3 great days on the Christmas market.
Yeah, you might have had 3 great days. You could have had 4. Birmingham and Bath both had snow. They both had Christmas markets. They were open yesterday. So they were being irresponsible, were they?
No, what I'm saying is, based on the information we had, the Christmas market was not viable for the last day. We had the blue light services all saying, do not travel unless it's an emergency, because the roads are anticipated to be too dangerous. We are anticipating 70 coaches and 60,000 visitors on the Sunday. We couldn't put that pressure on the network.
What do you say to the traders tonight? Leave aside the visitors who are disappointed. What do you say to the traders who've lost 25% of their takings? They're obviously going to want compensation.
It was a really difficult decision we had to take. It wasn't taken lightly. We are very sympathetic to the situation they're in. Hopefully they did get 3 days great trading. We make it really clear to all the traders when they take a booking with us, this is an open air event in December, and we advise them strongly to get insurance to cover things such as cancellation of days due to adverse weather.
What so many people are saying at the moment is, why are we so soft and lily-livered in this country at the moment, not trusting people to use their own common sense to decide whether to travel or not? You close this market down. What about people who live in Lincoln? They still could have gone along and had the day out and not even got in a car. They could have walked there.
Yeah, an event of this size and scale, it draws people in from the whole region. So we get people from the West Midlands, from Yorkshire. If we'd have said we are still running the Christmas market on the Sunday against a backdrop of the emergency services saying do not travel unless it's an emergency, we would have had people coming. If that snow had hit later in the day, we could have had thousands of people here in the city stranded, not able to get home. So we had to take the sensible decision based on the information available, which was do not travel.
Let me just clarify. You think that decision, even with hindsight, even the fact that you didn't get any snow, it was the right decision?
I would hope people would judge us based on the information we had to hand at the time we had to make the decision. We left that decision right to the very latest time we possibly could, and based on the information, 10 centimetres of snow and predictions that the highways wouldn't cope, then yes, we made that decision and we stand by that decision, and I would hope that the public and your viewers would understand that decision and why we took it.
Okay, well, Mr. Walters, very good to have you on the programme tonight. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you, Peter.
There we are, Simon Walters from Lincoln City Council, who made the decision.